Hi there, this is Joe from SquareXO, and this is SquareXO episode 65. I'm joined by Rebecca.
Hello.
And Nicole.
Hello.
I was going to say Dan, but he's not here, so I'm not joined by Dan. Okay, so as usual, before we start, welcome. As you can see from our little graphic, if you're watching on YouTube, we're now on Spotify, which is really cool. If you're not watching YouTube, we're now on Spotify, which is really cool. We're on iTunes, we're on Podbean, and we're on YouTube. Hi! And, of course, you can visit our website at squarexo.co.uk, twitter.com/square_XO, and you can back us on patreon.com/squarexo. And if you do that, there's loads of little lovely tiers. You can get yourself a SquareXO badge, which I've got, but I don't have it here to show you. Or you can get yourself a SquareXO mug, which is really cool. Look, it says SquareXO on it and everything. There's nothing to drink in it though, so it's no good. And you can also get a t-shirt and those other stuff as well. Plus you get to back us, which is cool, which means we can grow bigger. You can take part in the Patreon only competitions and win stuff, which is always good. Okay, so yeah, do all that. Check out the website. 3 reviews on the website today. Life is Strange 2, the demo, which is The Awesome Adventures of Captain Spirit, or for some reason I keep thinking it's called Captain Underpants. I don't know why. Or Captain Awesome. I can see why I'd think it's called Captain Awesome, because it's The Awesome Adventures of Captain Spirit. So
yeah, where
I got Captain Underpants from, I don't know. Maybe it's because Superman wears his on top of his tights. Could be that. There's also a review for Lumines Remastered and Rainbow Skies as well. So that's cool. Go check all them out. More reviews coming. Plenty more reviews coming this week, even though it's a quiet time of year. We've actually got quite a few to do. So they're all on the way. They're just embargoed, that's all. So we might do some more review chat videos soon too. We might do one for Life is Strange. Still but I think we should, so yeah, maybe we will. Yep. And also probably The Crew 2 as well at some point. Yeah, so that's all that. Okay, so coming up on the show today, we've got your gaming news as usual. We're going to talk about the hot topic at the moment, which is for cross-play and how everyone's getting in a bit of a tizzy about it, but obviously there's opinion to be had on that. We'll have our user questions as usual, and there's not a lot coming out, so we won't talk about that really. We'll talk about what we've been playing, and we'll play a little game, and then we'll say goodbye. Yeah, so that's it. So let's get on with the gaming news if I can find it. It's here somewhere. There it is. Blah, blah, blah. Right, okay. Sony Interactive Entertainment's introducing PlayStation Hits. I don't know if I mentioned this last week or not. It's got Deja Vu, but they're going to be $15.99. Dan doesn't really like the design, and he designed his own on Twitter. But he always does that. It's got, here's my design.
Why he's not working for PlayStation is beyond me, because he should be. The stuff is really good.
He just likes to show off his own designs, which is fair enough if he believes in them. Very good. So yeah, Uncharted 4, Little Big Planet 3, Drive Club, Ratchet & Clank, Killzone, Bloodborne, Infamous Second Son, Last of Us Remastered, Project Cars, Dragon Ball Xenoverse, Dynasty Warriors 8, Watch Dogs, Assassin's Creed Black Flag, Rayman Legends, Mortal Kombat X, Batman Arkham Knight, Middle-earth, Shadow Murder, Need for Speed Rivals, UFC 2, Yakuza 0, Earth Defense 4.1, and Dynasty Warriors 8 Extreme Legends Complete Edition. All of them $15.99 and part of the Classics range. Now, I saw someone on Twitter say, I don't know why they just don't reduce the price of them, because I like the way the art is already. And I kind of agree with that. I'm not really bothered about having a big red band or silver band or whatever colour it is across it saying greatest hits. I'd rather have the original.
Digital?
Oh no, the digital and select retailers as well. See, when I used to see those platinums or whatever they were called, greatest hits, and I would see them in that box, now they would sort of reduce the art down, wouldn't they, and then cover it in a silver board or something. I was just thinking to myself, well, it
used to annoy me on my shelf. It used to annoy me on my shelf.
Yeah, really I know it is cheap, because that's the whole point, but it kind of makes it look cheap when they do the box art with that. I don't like it. I'd rather have the original, so I would much rather go and find the original, but that's just my opinion on it. That's just what I think. Where are we? Sega Sega has detailed team roles for Team Sonic Racing. The announcement was made during an event to celebrate Sonic's birthday. Team Rose is made up of Amy Rose, Chow, and the Big the Cat. Yeah, Big the Cat. Whoever that is. Don't you know who that is? I know Sonic. But anyway, they're in it. I don't really like kart racers, but that's the best one because Mario's not in it. So, yeah. Don't like Mario. Yeah, sorry. I played Mario Tennis the other day and I sent it back the next day.
Yeah, I saw your tweet.
I was just like, nah, this is rubbish. It was forcing me to use Mario and I was like, nah, you're alright. It's going back. So yeah, not a fan of Mario, I'm afraid. Sorry to offend anyone, but I just don't like him. And that's the way it is. Hardcore mode is now out as a free update for Kingdom Come Deliverance. I thought it was hard enough already, so they're making it even harder for free. Well, thanks for that. Yeah, I really wanted it to be harder for free. Know what I mean? Jeez. I doubt I'll be making use of that. I think it's quite a hard game actually already, so that's crazy. Life is Strange 2's free prequel chapter, The Awesome Adventures of Captain Spirit, is out now. Of course it is. We've reviewed it. It's on our website. And it's pretty good. Probably, actually, we'll talk about that in a bit. But yeah, go check it out if you haven't already. Skyrim's been patched to improve PlayStation VR visuals. So that's quite cool. I've not really played it in PlayStation VR, so I don't know what the visuals are like. I might play it one day. But kind of would be a bit stuck. I've played Skyrim in so many different devices. And the two I haven't played it on is Nintendo Switch and PlayStation VR. So I think if I had to choose between those two, I'd probably choose it on Nintendo Switch, to be honest. Although it might be quite cool in PSVR, so maybe I wouldn't. I don't know. Maybe I just need to buy it in both and own it for the 12th time or whatever it is.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, I don't know. The BBC iPlayer on PS4 now has a 4K mode, which is really cool. I've made use of that. You can watch football in 4K. It was a bit stuttery when I tried it. It kept kind of stalling, but maybe that's just teething issues. Maybe it's been...
Yeah, it's new, isn't it?
Maybe it's been updated by now. I don't know. And Criterion, who made Burnout Paradise, you may know. The founders of that, they're called Free Fields Entertainment, if my memory serves me correctly. They're bringing out 2 new games as they edge closer to a Burnout Paradise sequel. Obviously, it won't be called Burnout, but it's just kind of what they're going to do. The first one, which is out next month, is called Danger Zone 2, and it takes the crash test in the Danger Zone, and I've played the first one, so I can't really say anything about that. And it puts it onto real public roads. It's set on freeways of the USA, the motorways of the UK, and the autovistas or autovias or whatever that says of Spain. There are 26 single player levels set across 17 locations. So this is kind of out crashing on the main roads basically. And then the other game, which is called Dangerous Driving, which is due out this winter, is a closed track competitive racing game which features boosts, takedowns, destruction and massive car crashes. So and it says this one sounds like most like a spiritual successor to Burnout, but it kind of sounds like they started off with that little golf game they did, Dangerous Golf, where they were smashing things up with golf, and it looked to me like they're just sort of slowly building up to doing a sort of Burnout sequel. So yeah, it's pretty. I think I'm looking forward to trying them and seeing if they're getting closer, but I think they're still quite a small team still, but still. Okay, the charts. Top 40 entertainment software. Number 1, Mario Tennis. Number 2, FIFA. Number 3, God of War. 4, Mario Kart 8. 5's Fallout 4. 6 is Detroit. 7 is Grand Theft Auto 5. Call of Duty is at number 8. Number 9, Super Mario Odyssey. And number 10 is PlayStation VR Worlds. I'm just looking for any new entries in there.
Mario.
There's a Minecraft at 21, which I presume is the Switch version, because it says it's a new entry. There's a Flashback Collector's Edition at number 26, that's a new entry. Just Dance 18, number 34, 1-2 Switch. They can't be new entries, maybe they're re-entries, I don't know. I don't really see anything else new, though. So yeah, That's about it. So yeah, there we go. That's the news. That's the news.
Right. Should we do the topic?
Yes.
So we're gonna talk a little bit about crossplay. I don't know too much about crossplay, so I'm probably gonna hand over to Joe. The only thing that I know is that people have been getting quite annoyed because they've had accounts on Fortnite on the PlayStation, and they can't use that PlayStation account on their Switch account. They've been told that they have to restart again, or they have to make a new account. There's no way to move that over to the Switch. I don't know if it's allowed to happen on the Xbox. If you have an Xbox account, you can get it onto the Switch. I'm not sure really what's going on. But we just thought we'd talk about crossplay, but... oh, Joe's gone. Okay.
No, I'm back. It's right here. I was just...
Joe's left.
I'm back. Don't worry.
But yeah, I don't know too much about crossplay because I only really have one console. I just have my PlayStation and I borrow my partner's Switch. So, thought, Joe, you said you wanted to have a little talk about it. So, do you want to kickstart it?
Oh, yeah. I think I did moan about this last week a little bit.
Yeah.
But, right, let's have a think then. It's a bit of a tough one because to me there's a few things in it here which we can cover. First of all, I mean, let's talk about the Fortnite thing. I mean, basically, you buy Fortnite on PlayStation. And I don't know anything about Fortnite really because I don't own it and I don't care about it. But I know both my sons own it. They both love it. They've both invested on it in PlayStation. They've bought the passes, and they seem to buy passes every week. I don't know what that's all about, but yeah. They seem to buy these different passes every week, so they've spent quite a lot of money on these passes, right? And so I'm guessing what people's problem is once they've got that account and they've bought those passes, they want to go, oh wait a minute, what if I want to play on the Switch?
Yeah.
What if I want to play on the go? I can then use my passes on the Switch and go and play on the go, even though I bought them on PlayStation. Right, fair enough. Sounds like a wonderful world.
Mm-hmm.
But you knew when you bought the game that wasn't going to happen. That's got saying. I mean, why? I don't understand why Sony's getting it in the neck. Just because Xbox allows you to use the account you've spent on the Switch and then go and play, that's Xbox's decision. I don't really see why everybody's getting ratty at Sony about it. I didn't, when let's think about it, just any game at random, Call of Duty, something like that. When I got Call of Duty on PlayStation 4 and I bought a season pass, I didn't expect it to work in Xbox or Switch when I go on the go, and it doesn't. So, if you buy a season pass for any other game, you can't use it anywhere else on Xbox. You can't use it anywhere else on Switch. It's only Fortnite. So, I mean, it's one game. So they just want everybody to change everything based on one game.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It doesn't happen with anything else. So, I mean, I think there needs to be big changes by more than just Sony. So to sort of pick up Sony and try and hang them out to dry for something that everybody's basically doing apart from one company, it's a bit wrong. It's not really Sony's fault. They're making a business decision, but everybody else is making that business decision. Microsoft does it. You can't buy a season pass on, for instance, Forza and go and play Forza on the Switch, can you? If you think about Minecraft, I mean, because this is another issue. Minecraft, you can play cross-play with Xbox now. So if you're on Xbox, you can play cross-play with Minecraft. Now, if you do that on Minecraft on Switch, you can earn Xbox achievements on Switch by playing Minecraft. Sony's never going to allow that.
No.
I mean, there's no way they're going to go, oh yeah, you need to play, if you want to play Switch on Minecraft on PS4, you need to sign up for a Microsoft account.
Yeah.
And then you earn Xbox Live achievements. How's that make any business sense for Sony at all? I don't really get how people can say, oh, you need to do this, it's amazing. Think about it. Use your brain, man. Think, if you had a business, that's got selling your Costa coffee, getting into Costa coffee and asking for it in a Starbucks cup. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. I can understand the clamour for maybe cross. I mean, I don't play multiplayer, so it doesn't bother me in the slightest. But I can understand only if it was every game. So FIFA, Call of Duty, all of them. If you could play against Xbox players on your PlayStation 4, on FIFA or Call of Duty, or play against Switch players or whatever, or PC players, I don't have a problem with that. I think that's quite a good open thing to do. But I mean, you can't just pick out things like Microsoft own Minecraft, so they're the ones benefiting from crossplay on Switch. Nintendo aren't benefiting. Like I said on Twitter, if you come back to me when Nintendo release Mario Kart on Switch and allow cross-play with a Nintendo system, then you could say, look what they're doing. Sony Mario Kart's on Switch and they're doing cross-play. Minecraft's on Xbox and they're doing cross-play. It's on Switch. But at the moment, the only company benefiting is Microsoft, and the people crying the loudest about Sony not doing it is people who own the other systems. It's not the PlayStation fans. The PlayStation fans don't really care. It's all the ones, like I said before, it's the minority that cry the loudest. And that's always true, as far as I'm concerned.
I think Dan brought up a point in the chat, didn't he, about how kind of PlayStation were the first to kind of offer the olive branch as well, and they were kind of turned down way back when. And I think that kind of, like, you know, like you say, from a business perspective, them kind of batting away the idea now, it's not completely unreasonable. But I mean, in an ideal world, everyone kind of would be able to be united through kind of cross-play across all platforms. And I mean, it would kind of lift the toxicity between kind of Xbox fans and kind of PlayStation fans, especially. But I mean, again, from a business perspective, I don't think it works. And I think it's a bit silly that people are kind of getting irate about something like this when, you know, at the end of the day, it just doesn't work for companies like Sony. It's just I don't think they're going to gain much from it. So them kind of investing in it just doesn't really make any sense.
Doesn't make any sense, yeah.
I mean, all it is brilliant marketing from Microsoft again, like they always do. They see something and they jump on it, and that's what they're doing with this. They're jumping on it, and you can see their little digs that they're making on Twitter. Major Nelson, that Aaron Greenberg guy, the Nintendo videos, they're all making their little digs about it because they're playing on the fanboys. That's what they're doing. You play in the fanboys, you do that, and then they jump on board, and then, like I say, they all start to go on about it because Microsoft sort of, even though Microsoft will stand back and go on, oh, we would never do anything like that, it's them giving everybody a nudge to then start writing about it. It's a bit like that video you saw with Nintendo and Microsoft. They were having little digs at Sony. They were doing it on Twitter as well by going, oh, let's all play together and stuff. It's just those little digs, and that's what they're doing. And then the minute they done that, you saw all the same websites as usual writing the headlines about how Sony's not doing it and they're under pressure and all that, and it's a load of rubbish. I've never seen a load of rubbish in my life. It's, at the end of the day, I don't care. Anyway, they're businesses. Businesses will do what they want. They do what they think's best to make money. And if they think cross-play's best to make money, they'll do it. Sony will do it. Microsoft, Nintendo, Ubisoft, whoever, they'll all do it if they think it's going to make them money. They don't care about all this play together rubbish. It's a load of nonsense.
Well, they're doing well on their own, aren't they?
Exactly. So I can understand what Nicole's saying, how in an ideal world everybody could play together and stuff, and that, I've no problem with that. I think it'd be good. I really don't have an issue with it at all, but at the end of the day, those people who are deluded enough to think that Xbox care about an open system where everybody can play together, they need to just take a step back and think again and really think about it, because Microsoft don't care. They do not care. Phil Spencer doesn't care. He cares about his company, his bonus, his targets. That's what he cares about. He doesn't care that everybody plays together. What a load of rubbish when he says things like, "Oh, I don't care about exclusives and all that." Well, funny how the Fallout beta's exclusive to Xbox for a while, isn't it? I mean, he says what people want to hear, and it's not just him. Sony do it, Nintendo do it. They all do it. They all say what people want to hear, and that's just the way it is.
It is.
So I mean, yeah, it would be good, but there you go. It's not happening. Get over it. That's what I say.
Yeah.
I think that's about all I've got to say. Don't think I had so much to say about it, to be honest.
There we go. Did all three of us in one go.
Anyway, so let's just move on from that.
But we fight about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Okay. So you
What
ready
we do
for
next? Questions?
Yeah, questions? Yeah.
Okay.
Righto. So our first one is from David Lee Rayner, who asks, "How about discuss price point PS5?"
Let's kick Rebecca off with that one then.
Just trying to think how much the PlayStation 4 was when it came out. Was it about $350? Maybe?
$350 or $399? No, $350 I think it was.
I can see maybe PlayStation 4 being like between $375 and maybe $400, but I don't think it would go. I'd like to think it won't go above $400 because I'm definitely going to buy one when it first comes out. I got my PlayStation in 2014, so a year after it came out, for £290, I think. So yeah, so a brand new one for about $290. I'm pretty sure it was about $350 as a new one. I would be surprised if we see a little bit higher than $350. That's why I said maybe like $375, just because new technology. Especially if it's video games, especially if it's something that's been in succession of, PlayStation 1 till now, people are already going to buy it. So Sony know that they can push that price point just a little bit higher because millions of people around the world will get it on release day because they want to play the exclusives, they want to play the games that are upcoming. So I won't be surprised if we see a little bit of a higher price point, but I'd like to think $350 to $375. That's what I'd like to think, because I'm poor and I don't want to spend all my money on a console. But you just don't know. They could. I mean, I was really shocked by the Xbox One X last year when that. What was that? 450. 450. I was really shocked by that. I thought that was quite pricey. I know obviously that was a console where they said, it's got a water cooler in it and it's going to be amazing for graphics, and it did look really great. But in a few years, that will have dropped down to like £200 pre-owned. If it's not already near there now.
Yeah,
so
and
it
then
just
the new one will be out. No one will care. It
just makes you think like. All this money that I'm spending on a console, that if I wait, like another year or another 6 months, is it going to drop down, £100, £50, even £25 that will just ease the price a little bit. So yeah, I'll say that's a long walk to a short answer, but I'll say, $350 to $375, I think. Yeah,
I agree with you.
Fair enough. I think based on how well the PlayStation 4 sold, I mean, we're talking about nearly 80 million units or something at $350. I think they'll go 350 again. I just think that's what it'll be. So yeah. Okay, next question, Aaron.
Okay, our next one is from Matt Atherton, who asks, "What upcoming games are you all most looking forward to?" There are so many I can't wait for, but to narrow it down to 3: Days Gone, Cyberpunk, and The Last of Us 2. Do you want to just keep it at 3? Yeah.
Go on, Nicole, you can start with your 3.
I don't do this.
Is it hard to narrow it down? It's Fallout, surely.
Yeah, it's so annoying because Bethesda threw so many games at me that I'm just like, oh my god, I need them all. The Last of Us Part 2, just because I know it's going to be another memorable experience. I'm going to say Doom Eternal. Just because I think that was one of the games that got me most hyped at E3, surprisingly. So I'm going to say that. And Days Gone. Gosh, yeah, I'm going to say Days Gone. Yeah.
3's hard. I mean, because there's so many. I could probably name double that easy, but Spider-Man's got to be one for me. That's definitely exciting. Also, Last of Us 2, obviously. That's very exciting. And Cyberpunk, but we don't know when Cyberpunk's coming out. I think that's probably a next gen game, to be honest.
I think as well.
Skyrim, not Skyrim, the new Elder Scrolls, I think next gen as well, so that's another one.
Yeah.
Those two I need to kind of put in next gen, but I'm excited for them. So this gen, another one, it's hard to cut it down when there's so many good ones. I think I might just throw in Fallout. Why not? I'll say Fallout.
Okay.
Just for them. Oh no.
Oh,
I'll
wait.
take that back. What have I said? Spider-Man, Last of Us 2.
Spider-Man, Last of Us 2.
And I'm going to throw an Xbox one and then Fallout, but also Forza Horizon as well.
Okay.
Excited about.
I'm gonna go. I'm excited for all the same games that you guys are excited for, but I'm gonna go for 3 slightly like smaller ones that probably will still get attention but won't get as much attention. I'll say I'm really looking forward to We Happy Few that was announced at E3. I think that looks so good. It looks like some sort of utopian George Orwell thriller where everybody is controlled and it's sort of like breaking free of this regulated system. I think that looks really good. Secondly, I'd say the final season of The Walking Dead, which I'm really looking forward to as well. That's August. I want to say August 14th. I'm not sure if that's the actual date. But another one that I've been with for a long time. I've been playing that since, not the first season, but I've been playing that since the second season. So I'm really looking forward to see how they're going to close that off. And then, although I'm looking forward to Days Gone, my third one is going to be the Resident Evil 2 remake, which is coming the 29th of January next year. I'm really excited to see how true they stuck to the main game, or did they change it up? Did they alter it, make it a little bit more current? I'm really excited to go back into that game and play it again because it looks really nice. The graphics look incredible. I actually watched a demo after the E3 conference of it, and I was really impressed with how it looked graphically, visually. The sound design as well seems to be really important to the developers, so it's nice to hear that they've improved that. So yeah, I'll go for those 3 because I'm still excited for the obvious stuff, Last of Us, Days Gone, stuff like that. But coming up, I guess chronologically, I would say We Happy Few, final season of Walking Dead, and Resident Evil 2 remake in January.
Last game PlayStation gamers will get from the We Happy Few developers as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. That's why I'm eager
Xbox
to
now.
soak it up.
So there we go. Okay, next question then.
Right, so Llama Fluff 42 asks, what older titles do you plan to play / revisit over the traditionally quiet summer period? Now, I'm just going to kick this off with, I'm really trying to go back and play some games I need to platinum. So I'm going to try and go through the Fallout games and play those, and the Sly Cooper series as well. So that will just linger in like planets waiting to be finished. So I'm really excited to kind of go back and like clear those up where there's like kind of a lack of games over the summer. So
Rebecca's looking round.
I'm just having a look. I'm just trying to figure out because I have one. So I'm playing. I'll talk about this more than what we've been playing. But I've been playing BioShock, which I've never played before. But obviously that's a 11-year-old game. Look at Nicole smirking in the top corner. So I'll talk about that more in what we've been playing. But I think there's one more that I keep talking. Oh yeah, I know it's not particularly an older game. But I have had a massive break from The Evil Within 2 because I've had lots of games come up to review and lots of opinion pieces to write, so I'm going to go back and play that. But my main one, if we are talking in terms of older titles, is going to be BioShock because it's 11 years old. So definitely one of the older titles that I'm playing.
Yeah, fair enough. You see it's quiet, jeez, when they think it today.
I mean, yeah, when we think about the games, there's a few, isn't there?
I've been quite busy. I don't think I'll get time to revisit other ones. I think I'll probably be too busy playing stuff like The Crew 2, and I think there's a few VR ones I've got to play, and there's a couple next month. It's not that busy, but I tend to like to take a break from gaming in the summer and just kind of enjoy the weather and just kind of have a chill from it, because I know how busy it is the rest of the year, and I know it'll just be constantly. So I like to get out and about and just kind of enjoy the sun and stuff. But I will game as well, but I'm just saying I won't try to revisit any. If I do anything, it might be something like just playing up a wee bit more of Kingdoms more, because I like that, and that's a good game. But I don't see me doing. I don't tend to go back. I never seem to get time to do it. I mean, I've got so many still to play. It's unbelievable. That's just half of them behind me on the shelf, and there's some way up there that you can't see as well. Above that shelf, there's a whole load of PS4 games in the shelf above. So yeah, I've got lots to play. So and the digital ones, which I own mostly. I've got more digital games than I've got physical games. So I've got thousands of them. So I don't know. I don't know is the answer. I'll play something, but it's just whatever the mood grabs me generally, rather than thinking I've got to go back and play that. I generally just think, what do I feel like playing today? That's more my sort of way of thinking. Okay, next question.
Right, our next one is from Rude Cold. He says, very awkward and disjointed, but the games shown were quality. I presume he's referring to E3?
E3, probably.
Yeah. It was great to see so much gameplay, which I always prefer to see, as you get a much better feel for the games. Wait, I don't even know if this is a question.
I don't know. It looks a bit old, doesn't it? I think there might be a technical hitch with that one. Sorry about that. Let's just do the other question then.
I'm just co-checking.
That one's just sneaked in there for some reason.
Yeah.
From last week, probably.
Yeah.
Well, we asked for responses about E3, didn't we?
Yeah.
Sean's got in twice.
Cheeky
right,
Sean.
so
right, we'll just go for the middle question instead then.
Yeah. Ron2Go Gamer or Joe Robinson asks, do you all have any goals that you're trying to reach by 2019 for the podcast, which is a nice one to round up on, so...
I've never even thought about it.
It's about your question, really, Joe.
I think just to keep growing, really. I think we're not mega ambitious that we're going to rule the world in it, but I think we just we're growing at a nice steady pace, I would say. We sort of started off really just as a podcast. That was the ideal, to start off as a podcast. The website was just there really to host the podcast, and the website's kind of growing beyond more than really what we thought it would. I mean, I think
as well, like, since we've started doing video stuff, like, you know, the video reviews, the video chats, the review chats, I think that it's pulled in a bigger audience, because it's more, I think people can see that when we do these reviews and podcasts, we're just, you know, normal people just chatting about something. It's not regulated, it's not set out with a script. It is just like sitting down and having a chat about it. So I've seen a few comments saying that they like listening to the podcast a bit more now, and then being able to catch in on the video, because they can see that it's just like 3 people or 4 people just talking about their games. It's not a regulated, strict podcast. It's just like a chilled out chat where we just talk for an hour. I think that video chat has really helped growth in the last few months, especially.
I think, I've had quite a few people say, I've seen quite a few people say that it's good, because not many, I'll say UK based, for Joe's sake, not a lot
Don't
of
say English.
do this, and it's a lot of it is kind of, you look to kind of America. Like you kind of expect this more from America and stuff. I've seen quite a lot of people say that they admire what we do because we're UK based, and it's quite kind of unique in that sense, which is good.
Yeah, I think it's good. I mean, like I say, we started out podcast, the website we started to do reviews. We've kind of stuck away from news because everyone does it, and reviews is different because reviews is opinion, so it's nice to read different opinions, but news, I tend to find a lot of it is kind of like copy and paste. It kind of feels, because I've done news for years, so a lot of it is just kind of like feels the same from website to website. You can read one bit of news on one website and read the same bit of news on the other website in the same day, and even though it's written by a different person, it's kind of still telling you the same thing. You can't put too much of a swing on it, really. Whereas with reviews, at least, it's somebody's opinion. So obviously you can read as many reviews as you want, and they'll all be different. So I mean, the reviews are quite light. We've done quite a lot of reviews, and we're growing in that respect. I mean, we're doing one a day practically, at least, if not more. We've got today 3 a day. So I mean, and obviously we always try and come up with ideas. I mean, I'm just that type of person who's always trying to think, what could I do anyway? So obviously we have the review chats now, which are really good. I really enjoy them. We have our podcast on video now, which is great, which we've all been quite happy to do, and we all seem to be enjoying it. So yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's just keep going, more of the same, and maybe come up with more new ideas. The content's coming along, which I think, as Rebecca says, then helps bring in more patrons, which obviously the more patrons we get, the more we can do really, and the more content we can bring in. We just grow and grow, which is brilliant. So yeah, I think it's, to answer the question a long way about it, but to answer the question is just to say, yeah, more of the same, and hopefully that will see us grow bigger and bigger. Okay, thanks for the questions then.
I have just seen another question. I don't know if
maybe
you guys
that's the one I was trying to get. And then
there's
one.
There's one here by Tony Sibley. Do you guys?
Oh yeah, I think that was the one.
Do we know which one we're talking about?
I know. I saw it on the thing. Yeah.
I just noticed it now, and I was like, oh, hang on a second. I think that might be. I think Sean might have stolen Tony's place.
Yeah, I think he might have. Yeah.
Do you want to read that one out if you find it? I've got it open if...
Go on then, you do it. Just tell us what it is.
Yeah? So Tony Sibley says, I've just had to jump through a few hoops to download a Switch game which is currently US only. Do you think in this digital day and age all games should be made available at the same time? Discuss.
That is the one that was meant to be there. I remember
there we go then.
It now.
All's been rectified.
Should all digital games be
at the same
everywhere?
Yeah.
Well...
I think if it's like a small indie game, it always annoys me if it's like smaller games, seeing like indie games being postponed, because I think, you know, if it's a game that only takes 2 or 3 hours to complete, and it's something that is, you know, a studio and then a developer and a publisher have worked on, I think you should try and make it available at least in the same week. I've had issues before where I've been, you know, wanting to review a game and it's come out 6 months ago. On the other, you know, in the other country, in America, and I wanted to play it in the UK, and the only way to get it is if obviously you make a US account, but it's so much easier to just get it on the same day. I do understand why it happens, but I think it should, you know, developers should strive to make it at least a few days apart rather than like 6 months or a year, because it is annoying when you want to play something and it's available, it's already out, it's been made, but you can't play it because of your region.
I think
see, the problem is that because I was speaking to a developer there, they actually for a game you wanted to review, Rebecca, and they would just tell me they don't have the budget to release it in Europe. It was only
that's fine,
America,
isn't it?
and it's like, the problem is if you think somewhere like Apple or Google or whatever, I've released a game on there before that I made myself, and it's just one button and then it's there and it's everywhere. Whereas, because Apple and Google's just kind of, their stores kind of just seems to count for everything. Whereas specifically Sony, I don't know about Microsoft, but Sony has different companies almost for each region. You have to go through different hoops for each region, which makes it a complete nightmare, obviously. And you have to spend more money if you want your game to work in India or whatever, because you have to make sure the language works in Japan and India and
that's true.
Asia, and there's all this quality control to make sure that all it's the same experience for everyone. So obviously it's a lot harder for some games to do that than others, and then sometimes there can be licensing issues and stuff. If you use a bit of music in America, you might not be able to get the license to use it in Europe. So it's just kind of things like that stop it. I think if there wasn't issues like that, it would probably happen. So I mean, I think it's one of these things that's maybe a bit unavoidable, even though I think
hope,
it would be good.
In a few years, you know, especially if it's in terms of like America and England, it's like, just say it was just America and England, you know, if they do manage to get the funding to bring it to a UK store, then you have to at least hope that the production and the profit will double, at least from it being, you know, whatever they got in America, you'd like to hope that they'll match that in the UK. So obviously that, you know, makes up for funding to actually get it sent over here. I understand that obviously, you know, might not happen, that isn't available, and like you said, then there's different languages, there's music, there's copyright and stuff like that.
See, the problem is...
It's just a shame, I think, that not everyone can experience a game just because of where they live, if you know what I mean.
The problem is, because Sony is part of Europe, Middle East. So in the UK, we can't get the same game America will get, because if they submit it here, they have to submit it for all of Europe in the different languages. So the UK is kind of, even though we're English speaking like America, we have to sort of wait. If a game's submitted here, we have to wait until all the other languages are sorted as well.
Yeah.
So I mean,
there's so much that goes into it, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think my main concern is like, especially in games that kind of see longer kind of release dates between kind of countries, is the effort of dodging spoilers. I mean, I know from
that's what I don't like.
Yeah, from a business perspective, obviously there's going to be those hurdles, but it makes it so difficult when you have to dodge the internet in certain circumstances to avoid spoilers until the game's released. So like you say, like in a kind of ideal world, we wouldn't have to wait, but as you highlighted, Joe, there's loads of different kind of aspects that come into effect that kind of like, you know, present obstacles that make it difficult. So, but we're not in an ideal world, so
it annoys me as a reviewer as well, because to take like Incredibles for instance, that comes out, but it's not out here to July, so the embargo will pass and you'll then be reviewing it after the embargo when everybody's already read the review, and it's a bit like, oh, you just want to review it at the same time as the Americans.
You want it to,
it's just one of these things that happens sometimes. Oh well. Okay, let's move on then.
Now we're done. Now there's no more questions.
Right, okay. Let's talk about what we've been playing then, I guess. So who's starting?
I don't mind.
I don't know. Anyone itching to go? I'm happy to go if you want.
Go on, Rebecca.
Yeah. So obviously I was on holiday last week, which was really nice. I just needed a break from screens. So I didn't play anything last week because obviously I was away. But I came home to a parcel, which was very nice. I got BioShock, the collection from Nicole, in the mail. And we've been talking for quite a long time about BioShock. I've always wanted to play it, so I'm not really sure why I've never got it. I think the problem has been that I've always wanted to play it, but I've had other games to review, I've had other games to play. Obviously new releases come out and I can't help myself. Far Cry 5 came out when I was thinking of getting it earlier this year in February, March, and then I thought, well, I'm reviewing Far Cry 5, so I'm going to have to dedicate a lot of time to the game. Therefore, I'll get BioShock later. Like, it's not going anywhere. The collection is on PlayStation, so I'll be fine. But yeah, Nicole, I think she just got a bit fed up of me just saying, I'll get it eventually.
Is it possible to get Halo to put on my head right now?
Yeah, just edit that on. But yeah, I love it. I played a few first-person shooters. I wouldn't say I particularly play them as something I'm drawn to. So obviously, like Dying Light, I've played. And I feel like I've played another first-person shooter that's on this shelf here, but not sure what it is. But I really like them. I think that, they're quite fast-paced. I like the action. But I really like how fast BioShock is, in a way. You can sort of be quite well-equipped from the first hour of the game. And obviously you've got these... I can't think what they're called. Nicole's going to kill me. What are they called? Plasmids? Are they plasmids?
Oh, yeah, your
plasmids, yeah. So obviously you've got these superhuman abilities as well as having ammo, which really helped me because in the first few hours of the game I ran out of ammo really quickly, and then I thought, oh god, I can't do anything, and there's enemies around everywhere. But then I can electrocute them and hit them with a wrench, and they still die, and I can get their ammo, which I really liked. But it just seemed that the gameplay is going really fast, but it's paced so well that it doesn't feel like I'm rushing through the game. It doesn't feel like, oh my god, this game's going by so quickly. It feels as though the game's saying, here's the world, here's a bit of ammo, go out and like do everything. Go out, find stuff, you don't have to do what it tells you to do. There's obviously lots of big daddies and little sisters to harvest. You can avoid them, you can take all of them on. There's areas that you can go into that are completely optional. There's obviously doors and vending machines and things you can hack, which obviously make it easier for you, but you don't have to spend the time doing that. I just really like how it's made me sort of feel like it's not holding my hand, and I'm still very early in the game. I'm only about 3 hours into the game, and I just feel like it said, you know what you're doing now, off you go. And I like that. I don't want to be playing a game where 10 hours in, it's still giving me tutorials. You pick a weapon and it's like, this is how you do this. And it's like, I know a game, I've been playing it for like 10 hours, leave me alone, just let me get on with it.
Yeah, no, I hate when games do that. It's a nice game, and it's a lovely world that's set in as well. Although I'm not so keen on the second one, but
See, everyone has said to me, don't play the second one, play Infinite, but I'm going to play, I can't not play, cannot play it, I can't play a game in the middle. I've got a lot more to say about it, obviously, but I won't eat all the time. I'm going to do a first 5 or 10 hours, depending on how much I play and how much I feel like I can fill an opinion piece with and put it on the site. But yeah, that's Nicole. So thanks for that, because I might not have played it for like 2 years.
For what I remember, the second one's okay, but my favourite by a mile is Infinite. I absolutely love that game. That's one of my favourite first-person shooters of all time, I would say. But it's so different. Wait till you see it. It's just nothing like
I can't wait. I've heard. Do you know what? For a game that's been out 10 years, I know nothing about it. I don't know anything. So I'm and I feel like I've passed the time now where spoilers are flying around. So obviously, like, it came out when, oh god, how old am I now? 21. So it came out when I was, came out when I was about 10 or 11. So obviously by then I wasn't really into video games the way I am now, so I missed all the spoilers, and now I get to play it and savor it and not have people, going, oh, did you hear about this, and this happens. So yeah, all 3 of them I'm going to play. I know, it's crazy, isn't it? But the remaster as well looks so good. Like, it looks really nice on the PlayStation. Yeah. Okay, I'll shut up now, otherwise I'm going to talk for the rest of the podcast. But okay. Well, I'll do a piece at some point.
I've been playing Life is Strange. That's really good. I don't want to talk about it too much because obviously got reviews on the website, and obviously we're going to do a review chat about it as well. So, I'm not going to say much at all. I'm just going to say, check it out because it's free and it's well worth trying. It's fun. It's different from the other Life is Strange games, obviously. Although, still kind of being the same. Yeah. So yeah, check that out. I played Mario Tennis. I didn't like it, so I don't want to talk about that. I'm trying to think if I've played anything else, because I've been watching a lot of World Cup, so I probably haven't played anything else because I do like my football, so I've kind of been watching the football. So yeah, that's me. Just a quickie from me regarding what I've been playing, just because I don't like to talk about Life is Strange, because I'll do that in a different video. So yeah, but check it out, it's free, and check out the review as well. Yeah. Okay, Nicole, you can talk.
So I've been on a major Fallout high since my Fallout 76 beta code came through. So I did order the £160. Yep, the power helmet. It's cool. Pre-ordered. It's pre-ordered. But yeah, Temptation kind of finally defeated me, and I decided to download Fallout Shelter on PS4. And it goes without saying that whatever kind of platform it's on, it's still just as addictive. And I thought it was really, really clever how they've kind of implemented the controls in this to obviously compensate for the lack of touch.
Yeah. Is it a mobile? Is it a mobile? Yeah.
Went to the Xbox, then it's now on PlayStation and Switch. But it's really, really good. Really, really good. I've been enjoying that, trying to get all the trophies. But yeah, I've been sinking way too much time into that, I think. But other than that, I've been playing Fallout 4 like far too much. I decided I'd try and edge closer to the packs. I really want to get it done before Fallout 76 is out. And I thought, obviously, for those who haven't played Fallout 4 before, obviously you get trophies for all the different quest lines. Like kind of going with the different factions. So when I was around my other halves and I was stranded there without my PlayStation, I was like, that's okay, I'll start one of the other playthroughs I've got to do. So I started my Brotherhood of Steel playthrough, and one thing I've always admired about the Fallout franchise is that you can go through again and again and make each experience, like each playthrough, very, very different to the last one. And I've always really admired that about it. And so this time I've kind of gone through, I've just got Dogmeat, who doesn't really count as a companion. So I can use the Lone Wanderer perk and kind of get all the benefits from that. And I've just been having like a cracking time. It's been so good. I'm desperate to like finish up this. So this. But yeah, that's what I've been playing. Just loads of Fallout.
Okay, cool.
Sounds
right.
Good.
Let's move on then. Before we wrap up, we're just going to have a wee game like we did last week because that was fun. So why not? And I know our users were joining in, screaming at the screen. So
I was screaming so loud in the car that it was Bloodborne. So obviously Bloodborne.
I had to put that in, so I did.
I know. I did wonder when you said like we're going to do this game. I was like, I wonder if Joe will put a compulsory Bloodborne
I've
in.
put one in for Dan this week. Hold on.
Oh,
There's
no,
the questions
no.
come up, and he's not here. So here we go. Here's question 1. This is the critic review. This is a game that is aware of its goofy setup and relishes in a sea of puns and insanity. It's not a terribly long game. I rolled the credits within a few hours, but it's a fun romp with a straightforward and entertaining action RPG style. That's the critic review.
I don't know that one.
Alexa doesn't know that one,
Alexa
apparently.
doesn't know.
There we go then. The user review.
So funny.
I've completed this game 3 weeks ago as I was between games. This is usually not my type of title, but I was pleasantly surprised as it combines real-time hack-and-slash combat and RPG elements. The game is simple in general, but the side quests are interesting, brackets possibly too many of them, and I really enjoyed the experience. There are some good funny cat puns.
Oh, Cat Quest. I got that from the first one.
Cat puns.
I got that from the first one. Please.
Do you know what? I'd never meant to leave that bit in that says there's some good funny cat puns.
I got it from the first one.
I meant to take out the bit that said cat and just put puns.
Puns.
So
you
got
shot yourself in the foot there.
You got it. I made it too easy. Right.
I had no clue,
Here
so that
we
was glad you
Number
would know.
2. Achieves a very impressive balance between the epic and the mundane, between the ultra-violent and the domestic. It's undoubtedly the coolest and most interesting game in the series to date. That's the critic review. Here's the user review. Amazing game. So thrilling from the beginning to the end. About 45 hours of gameplay and still some side quests to dig through. Go and buy it. You won't regret it. That one's a little bit harder, I would say.
45. Because I was going to say, don't know. I was going to say, is that like Gravity Rush or something? But 45 hours of gameplay. I don't know if Gravity Rush is that long.
I can't remember how long.
Side quests.
Could it be? What could it be?
45 hours of gameplay. Lots of side quests.
That's the user review. Just think of the critic review. I'll read that one more time.
Yeah, let's play again.
Achieves a very impressive balance between the epic and the mundane, between the ultra-violent and the domestic. It's undoubtedly the coolest and most interesting game in the series today. I think that critic review actually gives away what it is.
Really?
Yeah.
It's a series.
Between the ultra-violent and the domestic, between the epic and the mundane. Although I don't agree with it, but I kind of...
Is it Nier?
No.
No?
That's because you said mundane and I thought, oh, Nier. Since you said I said mundane, you thought, oh, Joe thinks that's mundane, it must be Nier.
I'm just very, like, is the Cat Quest one Dan's one?
It's not for anybody. I just chose, because he was talking about it, that's what made
Right.
me think Cat Quest.
Because you said you
just
put
the
one in
back
for
of my mind.
Dan, so I'm like, what does Dan play?
I put it in because he mentioned it, but the others is
Right.
not really anything to do with anyone, really. there you go. You
Epic
shouldn't be
and
thinking
the
that. You should just be thinking of the reviews and what
Well,
it is.
Is it? Is it? Oh, I don't know. Is it God of War?
Yes.
Is it?
Well done.
I don't know what I got that from. Just epic.
Epic.
I thought,
That's
epic.
why. God of War. Good one. I bet others got that one. Okay, last one.
No more screaming.
Oh my god, is this
Doesn't fill me with hope when you do that before you say, "Here's the."
Yeah.
Here's the. Oh my god, I don't know.
I think
Just
I've got
go
it
for it.
wrong again. Hold on. I
Oh
think,
no,
Oh gosh.
I think there's another technical area. Actually, maybe not. Wait there. I don't know. I think that's
these
the
are
wrong
quite
one.
tricky. I don't think we mind if you leave.
Hold on. I think that's the
Yeah,
wrong quote. Let me just have a look here. I'm going to see if I can find the right one because I don't think that's the right one.
Right.
Right, let's have a look. It's so annoying when you get it wrong. For some reason that's out of sync. Let's see if this is the right one. Don't know what's happened. Give me 2 seconds, we'll find the right one. I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced that one is the right one. That's not either. Right, sorry, iTunes listeners, you've no idea what's going on. But That's just, I'm just trying to find the right question because I think the one I've found. Ah, found it. Right, that was the wrong one. Here's the right one. A mediocre remaster of an all-time classic, but by the mere act of fixing most of the frame rate problems, this becomes the definitive version of one of the decade's most influential video games. That's the critic review. The user review. I've never played the original, which means I'm judging this game purely as a game and not as a remaster. The game is amazing, and if you haven't played it, you should definitely check it out.
I want to say Dark Souls remastered.
And you'd be right.
Really? I'm on a roll. I like this game. Only because you said frame rate, and I remember, because obviously I did a review of Dark Souls Remastered. I just remember thinking I need to mention the frame rate in my review because that's changed and it's important. Oh,
Never was Dan telling me they were too hard last week, so I thought I'll try and I never thought I made them easier.
The ones last week, to be fair, apart from Bloodborne, the other one I was listening to and I was like, I would not have a clue. I would not have a clue what that is. No idea.
You got them right. Sorry for the on-screen technical issues this week. I don't know what's happening there. I'm obviously too hot. That's what it is.
It's really hot.
So I'm sitting at my computer thinking, and I can't see properly. So I've obviously got them wrong. But hey, we fixed them. We got the right question eventually. We got the right quote eventually. So it's all good. So a bit of fun in it anyway. So it worked. Sort of.
It did.
Yeah.
Okay, doke. Before we go, don't forget to visit us on squarexo.co.uk for all our latest reviews. Twitter.com/square_XO, and you can back us on patreon.com/squarexo if you like. We're on iTunes, we're on Podbean, we're now on Spotify too. So we're actually live on Spotify now, which is really cool. So I think if you search up SquareXO podcast, something you'll probably find us. But you can also get the link on our Twitter anyway. So look for it there if you can't find us by search. Don't forget to enter our SquareXO June competition because you've still got time. Just take your screenshots, share them with hashtags SQXO June, and then you can win a prize, which is really cool. And then also remember the mug, the mug of destiny, mug of destiny. Don't forget that. That's cool. Okay, and that's us. We're done, and we're all far too hot. So the fact we've lasted this long is a complete miracle. So yeah, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.